That was a solid game for us all year long. Every time we've lost a game, we've come back strong, and that was the case again tonight. We had a game plan that I thought our guys executed extremely well. Great to get the victory over a solid team like Harvard. It's great for our program that hasn't been to the NCAA in 12 years, and our program doesn't have a lot of history, but that team in 2007 is somebody we've always looked up to and wanted to make those guys proud that the last team that made the NCAA. So really proud of my team tonight. We had a game plan. The guys executed it to a T. Generated a lot of offense. Thought it looked like another one of those games like last Friday where we're getting a lot of chances, just going to get the puck in. But once we got one in, puck started flowing in the net. So very proud of my group. Played extremely hard. Played playoff hockey.
Thank you, Coach. We'll open it up for questions for the players, players only, so that we can get them back to the locker room, and then we'll open it up for coach questions there.
Philly, for you, second shutout in your last 3 playoff starts. How much confidence are you playing with right now?
I mean, I feel good out there, and I mean, obviously the team plays really well, which helps me to, like as you said, the shutouts. But like the team is behind the success. It's not only me; it's not individual. So, I mean, I have a good confidence, and I gotta thank my team for that.
Chris Lynch of Inside Hockey. Brett, could you talk about the way that your game today with 2 goals, your first NCAA tournament game in your senior season, just talk about how maybe rewarding it is after a long and pretty challenging road through college hockey to finally get here now?
Yeah, I think the last couple of years we wanted to get to this point and make noise, and it's good to get a win today. Obviously, after last week, on the first time on the big stage, kind of a little emotional, a little shy at times, but I think today coming out and getting started right away, and then being able to finish on my chances, pretty good.
We'll hear Mike McInnick from College Hockey News. Just for Brett or Cale, your coach mentioned the fact that you guys have played so well after you've lost a game this year. Is there anything in particular you guys do or a mindset that you guys have that allows you to do that?
I think for us, it's just a different time of year now. I think we may have had a little bit of a different mindset going into the game this past Friday against BC, and right now it's live or die. And all of us know that we don't want this year to end, and hope we can keep continuing.
Thank you. John Powers, Boston Globe for Cale. A number of teams have lost conference tournament semis, come back, and then been able to run the table in the NCAAs, partly because you get woke up. How much did the loss to BC get you guys to refocus and to amp up for what you did today?
Yeah, I think I was talking to Carby after we lost that game, and I think it was just a stepping stone for our team. I think all championship teams have to go through big losses like that, and for us, we took it to heart. And I think obviously it's done and it's in the past now, but it was definitely a learning curve for us playing on that kind of stage, and I think we brought our new knowledge here, and hope we can continue it. Excuse me.
Alex Hall, New Hampshire Union leader. Cale, can you just kind of take us through what you saw on the ice when you hustled back in the second period to break up Donato's breakaway try there?
I mean, I just put myself in a bad situation to start off with. I missed a shot wide, and then I knew I was going to have to get back, and fortunately he came to his forehand, and I was able to get the puck away right away.
Hi, Rich Thompson, Boston Herald. Brett, just talk about how the team was able to sustain pressure even over several line changes, especially in the second.
I think going into the game, we had a strict game plan. Don't give them any room to skate. Once we get the puck in on the forecheck, don't give them space. And I think you could see as the game went on, every chance they were trying to get out of the zone, they were flipping pucks, and that's when we knew our game plan was working well. And I think it worked all night long.
Any more questions for the players? No, great. Thank you, guys. You can exit out back to the locker room. Congratulations. Good job, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Good job. Good luck tomorrow night. All right, let's open it up for questions for Coach Carvel.
Greg, talked all year about how, having players like McLaughlin and Boeing step up in big situations, how important that's been for your team. To see your fourth line kind of step up and, particularly with Anthony being able to finally get that goal, how important was it for you guys to have that fourth line really clicking tonight?
That's always huge when your depth lines score goals. You go into those games just hoping the depth lines are even. And, we hadn't scored a goal in 4+ periods. So that was huge to get that first goal. And Anthony's such a hard-nosed kid. He hasn't had, the year he's wanted it to be. And so when he scored that goal, our bench erupted. When certain kids score on your team, we don't score usually, but they're good kids and play hard and come to the rink every day with great attitudes. When they score big goals, it just, accelerates your team. And once that first one went in, I thought we played real well for stretches. I thought we were really good all night long. The kids played hard again. Last Friday night was a wake-up call, and this group's played so well all year long. I was really upset for the kids after last Friday because they deserve better. And tonight, you saw what we're capable of against a very good team. That was a very good offensive team that we were able to keep off the board, and it was because we played most of the night in the offensive zone.
Brian Ames, Daily Collegian. Did it feel like a turning point when Kale denied that breakaway chance in the second period?
No, I wouldn't say a turning point. I knew he was going to catch him. Like that was, we have our defense play aggressive in the offensive zone, and he got a good shot, a good chance. We'll give him that. Harvard knows that we play like that, and they were cheating the guy out of the zone. But when that kid got the puck and I saw where Kale was, I was like, he'll catch him. It's unbelievable how well he skates. And, for anybody who hasn't watched Kale play this year, tonight was a real good example of how dominant he is, and it's because how well he skates.
Greg, could you talk a little bit about your decision to play Phillip in goal?
All year long, as a head coach, it takes a lot off your plate where you can just have a number one guy and you just go with them. It's one less thing you have to worry about. But with Phil A and Murray, they're very even goalies. They're very similar. And every Thursday, I have to gut-wrenchingly go in and tell one of the kids they're not playing. And all year long, we've made I think the right decisions. The kid that deserved to play, and Murray carried the mail for a good portion of the year, but down the stretch, Phil A's been a little bit better. And as you guys said, he's at 2 shutouts in his last 3 games, and as he said, the team's played extremely well in front of him, and it wasn't a difficult decision for our staff to go with Phil A. And if we had to go with Murray, it'd be fine too. But I say this: we should play well enough that it doesn't matter who's in net. And our goalies haven't had to steal games for us this year. They've just had to be real solid, like Phil A was tonight.
I guess building off of that, it seemed like after you guys scored, Harvard kind of had that pushback, and Philly seemed like did a good job of just swallowing every shot that was coming at him. He didn't really give up much rebounds. How important do you feel like that was in terms of Philly kind of really staying composed and staying controlled in that situation?
Yeah, it plays a big part. We had a couple of breakdowns, which allowed them to take some pucks to the net. But that's what he is. The thing I like about Phil A is his consistency. His attitude never changes. His work ethic never changes. His energy never changes. And so in the course of a game, when the momentum swings to the visiting team or to the other team, you're going to get consistent effort out of him. So that's what we like with him right now, especially. You know exactly what you're going to get, and it's a pretty good level of goaltending.
Greg, going back to the second period there, so kind of, taking back to the mindset there. You guys, as you mentioned, you hadn't scored a goal last Friday night. You're midway through the game here. You're out shooting them 17-4. You're controlling the play. Pucks aren't going in. What's the mindset at that point, and how do you keep the guys focused and continuing to do what they need to do?
It's happened a number of times this year. I know our beat writers have seen it, where we've really played well and scored, we don't get on the scoreboard. We call it pounding the rock, just keep pounding the rock. And the difference between this game and last Friday night was there was a different energy on our bench. We were playing at a better level and consistently getting the puck to the front of the net. And even though, I can't remember what time it was when we scored that goal, but there wasn't any panic. We were playing well. We felt like the ice was tilted in our favor. And it really did feel like a matter of time. And I've said this all year. I can deal with losses if we play to our standard. Tonight we were playing to it, and if that kid would have stood on his head and we never found a way to score a goal, I'd be fine with that. I wasn't fine last Friday because I knew we weren't at the standard we should be.